Hi everyone, welcome back to Tool Report, guys. As you probably seen in our thumbnail, this is my list of 7 must-have tools for any beginner DIYer. So, in no particular order, let's begin. And the first tool that we have in front of us is a drill driver, guys. Basically, the function of this tool is to drive and fasten in screws and drill holes as well. Try to get one that is at least a ½ inch chuck, because you will thank yourself later on. And because if you get a 3/8, it's going to be just limited use on the type of bits and accessories that you can use in this bad boy. This one is pretty good. It has speed selector on top, first speed. The second speed is basically more faster, is speed 2, but it has less torque. If you put it in speed 1, it will have more torque but lesser speed. So it depends on what kind of usage you're doing in a project. Also, this also has numbers on this chuck right here. So depending on what kind of material you're going into, like softwoods, you would rather have it on speed 2 or 1, or starting out at least on 1 and then moving on as your need progresses. So that's why this tool is really good for that. The second tool in our list, guys, is this impact driver. Now this driver is so good because it actually takes away most of the hard work from the user, and it makes less of a fatigue on the user's hand, because it has a anvil that rotates, and every time it rotates, it like does an impact, so it's way more easier to use than a regular drill. So it really helps you out, guys. So this is a really good combination to have. So just quick disclaimer, guys, just want to let you know, you don't have to get this yellow color. You can get any color that you want. Let it be Makita, Milwaukee, Ryobi, Rigid, Bosch, whichever company fits your need. Even Flex is kind of like too expensive for my blood, but I'm okay with these DeWalt tools. um, but for any DIYer beginner, I would go for even a regular brush version, no matter, because they have so many good kits at Lowe's with Craftsman. That's also a good brand, and also Cobalt. I forgot to mention that, but Cobalt is also a good brand, and Craftsman. I believe for $1.99 you can get almost like 6 tools in the Craftsman deal. And for like $2.99 you can get up to like 8 tools and 3 or 4 batteries and a charger and a bag and everything for Craftsman. So for any DIYer, go ahead and get something like that. Or even Ryobi from Home Depot. That's their lower budget brand that they carry. So in the end, I just want to say one thing: the best brand that you can get is the one that fits your budget, guys. Do not overspend on any of these tools. Just get them on deals or whatnot. So let's just move on before I just ramble on about pricing and everything. The third tool that we have in our list is a circular saw. This one happens to be a 6 1/4, and I am so in love with this circular saw because it's just the right weight for me. A 7 1/4 is a little bit more weight that I don't think I need for my projects. This thing cuts almost anything that I put in front of it. Cuts down all the 4x8 sheets down to size, and especially this comes in use if I go to a quick run at the Home Depot or Lowe's and I need to cut down the sheets out at the lot. I can take this bad boy with me and it'll do the job right then and there. And so this basically cuts down sheets into smaller sizes, does a straight cut, gives you a good finish and everything. Get a better blade, at least like 40 tooth or better, you'll get a really clean cut. But if you're doing rough cuts, a 24 tooth blade is just fine, guys. Moving on to our fourth tool, guys. This is a reciprocating saw, also known as a sawzall. You don't it takes any kind of blade, and it has this little level right here that you open, and the blade comes right out like that. Having a hard time doing it with one hand, but there you go. This is really great. This actually does most of the demolition work. It's really good for that and other usage as well, cutting down a lot of branches and everything. The small branches, not those ones. Most of these branches that I cut for my corn patch is work in progress, but most of these smaller branches I cut down with my sawzall right here, and it worked out really nice. Let's move on to our fifth tool, guys, which is a grinder, guys. I don't know if a lot of DIYers are doing this or not, but in my list, this tool exists, okay? So this thing is really good at cutting down masonry, tiles, great for cutting metals, all kind of other things. It's just a great tool to have. It's a must tool to have in my list. It opens up so many more possibilities. Moving on to our sixth tool, which is a orbital sander. You can get this in Ryobi, Milwaukee, Makita, in any brand. I would definitely start with the orbital one. That's one of the best ones to have. This thing is amazing. It has about 7 speeds, has a turn off and on button, obviously has a dust port right there, and this thing is amazing. I've been using it for a long time now. It's one of those tools that you should have in your beginners list. The last tool is one of those tools that I started using around the house when I did crown molding. Started doing some crown molding around my house myself, and this thing was so good for that. Cutting down those main corners in the bottom and top. It just is so good. It does a plunge cut with this, and there's so many accessories because this one is just a push one. You just push it in and the blade comes out, and you can push it in, and there's no screw attachments that you have to put in. Take out the screw and push it in again, and that just wastes so much time. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, pulling out blades or whatnot, So besides that, this is the last tool that I have. So okay guys, so this was basically my list of tools that I think any DIYer should have that's beginning into small projects around the house or DIY work. So comment below if you like this list, and if you like to add or subtract any tools from this list. Again, I'm going to say it again, guys. The best tool for you is the one that fits your budget, guys, because those batteries are damn expensive. Once you get into one line, just stick with it and go with that, okay? Okay, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe and like. See you guys on the next one. Take care.